Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Origins. In this episode I'll be covering Articuno, Zapdos and Moltres, the bird trio from the Kanto region. So let's get started. So if we start off with Articuno here, its Japanese name is Freezer. It is actually Freezer, just believe me. It's the Freeze Pokemon, it is number 144 and is 1.7 meters tall or 5 foot 7 inches and weighs 55.4 kilograms or 122.1 pounds. As I mentioned just now, and you probably should know, it is one of the legendary bird trio from Kanto. As per usual, first looking at Articuno's design, we can see it's a large bird that has blue plumage. It's kind of cyan or sky blue coloured and has 3 rhombus shaped feathers on its head that form its head crest. It also has large wings with a kind of ice-like appearance and a small grey beak and thin legs. Inspiration-wise, Articuno seems to have been inspired by Simurgh, which derives from the Persian roc, which was a giant, mythical, Arctic bird. Its long tail and its small body may be a reference to the rare bird Quetzal, which is obviously got a long tail and a small body. It is also anatomically similar to the white-throated magpie jay. As usual, looking at some extra details here, we can see that Articuno is genderless, like the majority of legendary Pokemon. Its shiny version is more of a light blue really than its usual colour, so there's not really much of a change. And the Pokédex entries for Articuno say that it freezes water in the atmosphere, which creates snow. So if it's snowing, Articuno could have passed over. It also appears to doomed people that are lost in the mountains, and its wings are said to be made of ice. Name-wise, Freezer is literally freezer or to freeze, and Articuno is a combination of Arctic, obviously referring to the Antarctic or the Arctic, and Uno, which is the Spanish for one, obviously because Articuno is the first member of the legendary bird trio. Moving now to look at Zapdos, we can see its Japanese name is Thunder. Yes, I know, very inventive yet again. It is the electric Pokemon. It is number 145. And is 1.6 meters tall or 5 foot 3 inches and weighs 52.6 kilograms or 116 pounds. It is the second member of the legendary bird trio from Kanto. Design wise, it's a large bird with black and yellow plumage, which appears to be made of lightning really. It has a large crest of feathers that decorates its head and distinctive black rings around its eyes. It has a long thin beak and is the smallest and lightest of the bird trio. Zapdos seems to have taken inspiration from several things, for example the Native American legend of the Thunderbird, which is the spirit of thunder, lightning and rain in the form of a bird. When it beats its wings, thunder happens. It's also the Lightning Bird, which is a bird said to be created whenever lightning hits the earth. And there's also the Impundulu, a bird of witchcraft that is said to summon lightning with its wings and talons. Looking at extra details, Zapdos, like Articuno, is genderless. Its shiny form kind of has darker yellow feathers and a darker orange beak and feet. And Pokédex entries say that it can cause thunderbolts and storms by flapping its wings, similar to the Thunderbird, as I just told you just now. And it only appears when a thundercloud parts into 2 halves. And finally, name-wise, Thunder is literally thunder, and Zapdos is zap, obviously to be zapped by static or whatever, and dos, which is the Spanish for 2, as it is the second member of the bird trio. And finally, we're going to move on to Moltres. It is, this Japanese name is Fire. Yes, you heard me, Fire. It is the flame Pokemon. It is number 146, and is 2 meters tall or 6 feet 7 inches, and is 60 kilograms or 132.3 pounds. It is the final member of the legendary Pokemon trio of Kanto. Its design is a bit different from the others. It's a large bird again, but has flame-coloured plumage, and its wings and head are covered in flames, whereas Articuno and Zapdos have no ice or electricity on them. It's all part of them. Moltres has a straight beak that is the same colour as its feet, and is also the largest member of the trio. Inspiration-wise, it looks very similar to a phoenix, more specifically an Arabian phoenix or a Slavic firebird, but some also say it takes inspiration from the Japanese mythical bird Suzaku. Finally, it may have been inspired by herons or benus due to its similar shape. Again, looking at some extra details to do with Moltres, it is genderless like the previous two, and its shiny form has kind of a pink feathers, pink body shape, and a dark red beak and claws. Pokédex entries speak about Moltres dipping its body in magma to heal itself after a battle, and also saying that spring arrives with Moltres as its wings and beating of wings heat up the atmosphere. Name-wise, obviously I don't have to explain fire, and Moltres is a mix of molten, as in molten rock, molten lava, etc., and tres, which is the Spanish for number 3. So again, completing the trio off because it's the third Pokemon in the trio. Looking quickly now at some height comparisons, as you can see they're all pretty much the same size as me, maybe a bit bigger or a bit smaller. Moltres is the biggest, Zapdos is the smallest, and I'm kind of about the same size as Articuno, to be honest. So, you know, you thought they were huge, they're not really, they're about the same size as me, to be honest. Which isn't huge, so yeah, that's it, let's go and look at some sprites. So, if we first look at Articuno's sprite, you can see, obviously starting off in Generation 1, it doesn't really look like what we know of it today. Red and blue, red and green and blue, obviously very bad. Yellow's getting better. When we move on to Gold, Silver and Crystal, obviously we can notice it now, it is Articuno. And then Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire, Leaf Green is the Articuno we know now. And same with Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart, Gold and Soul Silver. And finally Black, White, Black 2 and White 2. All really the same, to be honest. And now Zapdos. Starting off in Generation 1, its kind of feet are really strange. It's thin, not really the claws we know now, but at Gold and Silver Crystal it does go to the claws. It's pretty much the same throughout then. All Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire, Leaf Green, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart, Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, Black 2 and White 2. It's all really the same, to be honest. No real differences in what we know. And finally Moltres. Now this is an interesting one. Red, blue, yellow and green, obviously the same. Red, blue and green, its wings are fully engulfed by the fire, yellow where they are not. Moving on to Gold, Silver, Crystal, they are again once fully engulfed in the fire, but all these sprites since are not fully engulfed in fire, as you can see if I Ruby, Sapphire, as we get to Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart, Gold and Soul Silver, its skin kind of gets more orangey than yellow, as in the Generation 3 games it's quite bright as you can see. And yeah, that's pretty much the same, it stays the same throughout then.